Whoa, hold up. Raythu, your sister is pregnant? We're dragons, JC. We don't get pregnant. We lay eggs, and we don't tell anyone about it beyond our family members until after they hatch to prevent this exact thing from happening. People usually steal dragon eggs. Dragons are magical beings, which means their body parts have several magical uses. You can destroy the egg in a ritual for protection, fertility, or growth, or let it hatch and harvest what you will. Whoa, fuck that! How far along is the egg? It's expected to hatch in November. Well, the fact that so few people know about this is good. That limits the suspect pool. Who else has your sister and her partner told they were expecting? Me, our parents, and she said the only other person to know would be her landlord, and only then because she needed to tell him about the den they were digging in the backyard to keep the egg hot. Keep it hot? How long do we have before it gets too cold and kills the fetus? Assuming they don't know what they're doing and or don't care, about a day and a half. I'll call Eric. He sold and transported illegal shit for almost a decade. He'll know where to start looking. Cyrus, call Nicole and Michael. I doubt their coven would have anything to do with this, but they might know something. Got it, boss. My sister's already shaken the landlord to ask what he knows. We're pretty sure he sold them out. Raythu, this is a very unfortunate question, and I'm sorry to have to ask it, but is there any chance that a member of your family is desperate enough to sell the egg? Absolutely not. Dragons have been teetering on the edge of extinction since the fucking medieval period because of shit like this. And with our family, I should have an uncle and 2 more great aunts, but I don't because of this. An egg or a hatchling, you protect them with your life, even if they're not yours. They're more precious than any hoard of gold, gems, or Magic the Gathering cards. Could it be anti-Semitic in nature? No, not likely. My sister switched to Orthodoxy and moved to a whole neighborhood of them near Duluth. They haven't had any issues since, the 40s. Raythu, you used to be an enforcer protecting Selkies and other paranormal beings in state parks. Have you or your sister made any enemies that could be doing this purely to hurt you? Well, yeah, dozens, but they wouldn't know about this. Hence the secrecy. Your sister's home. Does she have any security cameras, or perhaps her neighbors? No, her landlord's too cheap. She said her spouse is checking the neighbors while our parents question the landlord. Guys, Eric's got something. Yellow. You guys are closing soon, so I assume you're not calling me to cover your shift. I wish I was, but no. If someone stole a dragon egg, where would you sell that? Why are we asking? Raythu's sister just lost hers to a kidnapping. Egg-napping? We're trying to find it, preferably before Raythu's family burns down the neighborhood. Dragon egg, huh? Shit. That is tough to get and tougher to sell. A professional would already have a seller lined up so they could remove themselves and the contraband as far from the crime scene as possible, as quickly as possible. Where was this? She lives in Duluth. That's Amster family territory. They cornered the market on the paranormal black market years ago. Anyone they don't like, they bury alive. Don't fuck with it. They already fucked around. Now they're gonna find out. Guys, Eric's got something. What? Who took it? Okay. Look, if it's the Amster family, and I really fucking hope not, but it probably is, then they will be immediately selling that to the buyer. It's probably en route as we speak. Given that dragon eggs are usually used in serious magic, your most likely candidate is a witch gang, underground coven. The one in Duluth got busted last year, and I only know of 2 more, one in Minneapolis and one in St. Paul. Steel Moon and Oaken Sisters. Bingo. Either of them could have bought it, though. Both of them are ruthless, known for cursing their enemies with death and bad luck for generations. They've wiped out whole lives. I mean, they've even destroyed farms and fucked with food supplies to hit towns run by their enemies. And if they're fucking around with that level of dark arts, they've probably got protection against the adult dragons that they're pissing off, and probably fairies, too. Cute. You're sure? Damn, you've gotten really good at that magic shit. Nicole already cast a divination spell? It's the St. Paul Witch Coven. That's the Oaken Sisters territory. Where are they now? In the middle of a big-ass city surrounded by concrete and civilians. Cowards. Okay, what happens if we get the police involved? Nothing. Yeah, I told you, they have magic and allies. They'll be just as protected as Nicole and Mike. More so, even. Certainly enough to dodge the fuzz, and probably you too. A halfway decent good luck charm would ensure they get an idiot police officer pulling them over. Easy to trick or bribe. Got that? Yeah. Nicole still has a few unicorn horns left. She's willing to donate to the cause, counteract anything the Oaks throw at us. Well, that'll help, but I'd rather control the environment of this confrontation, if at all possible. Eric, how would one get in contact with one of these Oaken sisters, or the Amster family? You can't tell me that you've never sold something shady to them. I can't get in touch with Amster, but I can give you the number to one of the Oaken sister lieutenants. And how much does a dragon egg usually go for on the black market? Not 200,000 at least, usually more. Why? Well, fairies can't lie. How are you going to trick them to lure them into where you want them to go? Send that number, Eric. It's been a while since I got to mess around with the gang. I can handle this if you don't want to. Yeah, you probably could, but you have kids, stakes, so you're not going anywhere near this. I got it. Who are you and how did you get this number? You used to buy things from Eric. He and I spent some time in jail together. I was going to call to ask for your help in possibly getting a dragon egg for my employer, but I heard you already have one of those. Heard from whom? Well, you're not the only one with friends in Duluth. How much did you cough up for that? 100 grand? 2? It's not for sale. These items are very rare and valuable. $500,000. That is very tempting. However, I need to curse my enemies tonight. Trouble with the Steel Moon Coven? We'd rather control both Twin Cities rather than just one. Honestly, fair. What if I told you I had 2 unicorn horns to help you with that? You would trade 2 unicorn horns for 1 dragon egg. That egg is much more valuable to my employer after it hatches. Profitable, too. And who is your employer? A fairy sorceress. You ever hear of the Iron Witch? You have more than 2 horns, don't you? Now, why on earth would I tell you that? Make it 3 horns and $500,000, and you have a deal. Done. Where are you picking up the egg? The Amster family is dropping it off in a safe house in Forest Lake. I'll host both of you, and if you're a cop, you won't find anything. I will bring only myself and 1 friend with me. Well, and a briefcase full of cash and horns. I did hear that the egg came from a family of dragon enforcers, and that they're pissed off. What is your plan for that? The safe house is enchanted. Only those I invite will ever find it. Bring your fairy boss and I'll see you there. Damn, you barely lied. Well, the best lies are based on truth. Boss, you ready? We'll call Nicole to pick up the horns and make sure Raythu gets one to cut through the camouflage spell. It's dark enough now that they won't see you flying overhead, but do not strike until we have the egg and are out of the line of fire. Not my first rodeo. It'd go easier if you had a way to communicate with each other. I wouldn't rely on cell phones or wires. That'll be the first thing they look for. Yeah, I'm not going to be able to use a phone in full dragon form anyway. The claws are an issue. I can fire my gun into the air as a signal? What about a nanny cam? I have one. A few, actually. I can hide it on Bob or JC. If Cyrus rides on Raythu's back, his phone can connect to the camera. He'll see everything. Not gonna lie, that sounds a lot safer than a gun. Let's roll. Okay, why did you ask Nicole to meet us at your house? Well, we have to collect that $500,000 you promised. Okay, so I was thinking that we would just snag the egg and bail, not actually give them anything. This is less risky. They'll be far more at ease if they see the cash in hand. I have a nest egg hidden in the floorboards. Poor choice of words. You just have $500,000 hidden in the floor of your house. Yes, I've been doing this for almost 3 centuries. Whatever, we've got a long drive ahead of us. Babe! Hi. I turned these 2 horns into protective, magic-negating charms, one for Raythu and one for you. For me? Hide it under your clothes, just in case. These people are not like Nancy and Lindsay. They're dangerous. Kuznia gave me her nanny cam, so put that on you. Bob, here are the other 3 horns. Don't lose them. Ugh, perish the thought. I have never seen so much money. You've also never seen a baby dragon before, or its family. Guess which one is more valuable? Good point. I'll keep this in my pocket. Forest Lake's a long-ass drive, so we might just get a hotel. Why aren't you letting Raythu fly you there? Offering to purchase a dragon egg that just got stolen, arriving on a dragon? That's really sus. Better to take a car. I'll text you when it's over. You'd better. Let's move. I want to get there as soon as possible. Alright, screw driving. Dragonback is officially the best way to get around anywhere. Do not get used to it. Ameth is on her way. She just confirmed that her landlord sold them out to the Amster family for a few $1,000s. Cops are dealing with them now. Awesome. And JC's got the nanny cam working. We're turning it off now to save battery, but once they arrive, we'll be able to see and hear everything. Good. How you doing? Do you want to talk about it? I never wanted kids. And I was always told that I was selfish for that. Dragons are almost extinct, the Jewish population is still pretty small too, and I'm frankly bad at practicing our religion's rules anyway, but I'm not ready. And I don't know if I ever will be. But my sister Ameth, she always wanted kids. And she met a great guy, and they managed to lay this egg, and I thought that, with all the shit going on right now, it was really nice that something was going good. And I know that none of this is my fault. It is so weird to think that my decision to not have any hatchlings yet has anything to do with this whole egg stealing situation at all, but I still feel guilty about it. Maybe we wouldn't have been as vulnerable if I had a hatchling or 2. I don't know. Our brains are really weird. We like to think that we have any control over situations like this, but we don't. All we can control is our reaction to it. And yours was to drop everything to help your sister and unborn Nibbling, bringing the cavalry with you. That's a damn good reaction, and nothing to feel guilty over. And look, I'm not a member of an endangered species or ethno-religious group that survived half a dozen genocides, but having or not having kids is a personal choice. You should not have a kid if you're not 100% positive that you want one. For yourself, not because someone else said so. They're not the ones who are going to be raising it to adulthood, which takes, 300 years for you guys? That varies. We hit adulthood at around 250. Okay, yeah, still, no, screw that. Look, the trap is set. You're here now. We're gonna get that egg back, and you are going to be able to hold this over your sister's head forever. I really hope you're right. Jennifer Charles, we're here. Yeah, I'm up. Why do all these criminal organizations meet in such deserted, out-of-the-way spots? I do believe that was just bad positioning on our part. Is the nanny cam on? Yeah, it's on. Cyrus is confirming. We're golden. Also, you're still wearing the hat. Did you wanna... Forgot I was wearing it. Do all the CaFae hats turn into... No, just mine. What a rip. Get the duffel, oh brave and grumpy henchman. Good evening. What's up? You want to check us for wires or weapons? If you wouldn't mind. I do have a 9mm. Forgot. I never leave the house without it. Don't break it. Let's see. I count 6 witches from our coven gang, a dozen family members and or associates of the Amster crime family of Duluth, and I assume the car that was tailing us for the last 6 blocks is also yours? It was a white truck. That's my brother. Excellent. So you're the Iron Witch. Yes, that's me. You've been around for a while, but never got involved in this stuff. Why now? When I left the Fae realm, I left behind quite a lot of enemies. Immortals, sorcerers, kings, not all of them willing to keep their noses contained to their own realm indefinitely. There are a few dragon families who live there as well, their numbers as depleted as our population here. For their cooperation and loyalty, a healthy dragon egg would go a long way. So it's a bribe. I prefer the term trade agreement. Fair enough. Oh shit, that is hot. Hold on. There we go. Excellent. A pleasure. Rude. I knew this was going too smooth. Why would I let you walk away with the dragon egg when I could keep the egg, the money, the horns, and a fairy to harvest? Your parts are also incredibly valuable in spellcasting. I would be mad, but in her position I would have done the same thing. Yeah, the whole no hard feelings, it's just business. It actually does go a long way to sparing our feelings. But, still not a good call. Oh, definitely not. But I am glad it happened. I was relying on you doing something like this. Excuse you? Hey guys! Dragon flying? Super fun. Okay, I was only expecting one giant dragon to come crashing through the ceiling. Who's the purple one? Oh, that's Raithu's sister, Amith. Oh, so this is your egg. Okay, here you go. Careful, it's still hot. You don't care you're a dragon and immune to heat. Cool. I wouldn't do that. Dragon scales are notoriously thick. Bullets tend to ricochet in some very unfortunate ways. Stand down. Give me that. Alright. Well played. I'll walk away with what's mine, you walk away with what's yours. Tell me, how does your coven usually react to the kidnapping of a child of one of its members, born or otherwise? Fortunately for you, your fate is not my decision. Raithu, Amith, what's your verdict? Okay, I don't speak dragon. What are they? Their verdict is I already sent the nanny cam footage to the cops and they'll be here soon. I mean, I know the place is wrapped in a bunch of spells to keep people from finding it, but it's still gonna be hard to miss the fire-breathing dragon flying over the roof. Oh, and there are 2 of them! Hi, Raithu's mom! Hi, Raithu's dad! Gotta love these family activities. I personally prefer jigsaw puzzles, but no judgment here. JC? Hey babe, just calling to let you know that it's all done and we're safe and sound in a fairly cheap but cozy motel. I was just chanting for your protection. What happened? Well, Cyrus sent the nanny cam footage to the cops, which caught not only the illegal trade of a stolen dragon egg, but also they tried to kill us. We're fine. Totally fine. Wraithu and their sister Ameth burst in through the ceiling like Batman, and their parents circled overhead as backup. So the crime family that stole the egg and the witch coven that wanted to buy it both got arrested? Oh, yeah. Yeah, that was fun. And Ameth flew her egg back home to Duluth, where it is safely back in its little nest furnace thing. We were gonna drive back home, but it's been a long-ass day. The cops took forever to ask their questions and then scolded us for handling it ourselves as if they were at all equipped to deal with a coven of violent witches. And, Bob brought plenty of cash with her, so we're all spending the night here before driving back at 30 tomorrow morning to make our shifts. You think this counts as overtime? Honestly, probably not, especially since it was your family drama that dragged us into this, not Bob or Cyrus. Yeah, okay, that's fair. I'm glad you're okay. Yeah, me too. Catch you later, babe.